Hello friends, welcome to the 121st session of Hybris tutorial. Today we are going to learn a topic which is frequently used in projects and is also being asked by the interviewers in the interview questions. Many of our members had requested this topic in recent days. So in this video, I am going to show the end-to-end implementation for the configurable populator. We will also see what are the populators configured inside a converter, what is the difference between the standard converter populator mechanism and configurable populator, and in real project in which situation we should use the configurable populator. So this video is going to be very informative for you, and it will help you a lot in your project work as well as in your interviews, because it will give you the complete understanding of the configurable populators in SAP Hybris. Before starting this video, big thanks to every one of you for continuously supporting me since last 5 years. Recently we have completed 7,500 members, right? This is a big achievement considering the size of Hybris community, meaning now this channel has reached almost every Hybris developer. We have also improved the quality of our content recently, and we will keep serving such quality content, showing each topic with end to end implementation in the future as well. Now, before starting this video and even showing you the demo, let's see a practical problem. Here you can see in training facade spring.xml, I have declared the converter bean in spring XML like this, right? So this is the converter bean which I have declared, right? Please be aware that these populators I will be heavily using in this video. Here you can see the basic product populator, right? So this basic product populator is populating the basic product details like product code, name, and summary in the data object, right? Similarly, the price product populator, right? So this price product populator, as you can see, right, this is basically populating the sample price and it is populating the sample currency in the data object, right? In the same way, guys, you can see stock product populator, right? So this stock product populator is populating the sample stock level and stock status in the data object. In the same way, review product populator, right? Review product populator, this is basically populating the sample average rating, right? And review count in the data object. And if I have to use this converter in the facade class, I will be basically using it like this, right? So I will be basically then using it like this. Now you see when I execute this line, right? Hybris Tube sample product converter dot convert, right? And I'm passing the product model in the argument. What it will do, it will start calling all the populators listed inside the Hybris Tube sample product converter one by one, and all the populators listed inside this converter bean will be called. But let's say I want to skip calling one populator, right, and that too based on a condition, and let's assume that condition is passed from the front end. For example, skip the stock product populator and call only the price product populator and review product populator. Then how this can be achieved? So this cannot be achieved if we use this standard Hybris Tube sample product converter, but this can be achieved using the configurable populator concept. How this configurable populator look and how they enable you to skip the specific populators as per the flow request, thus populating the data object only with the attribute values which are requested, right, and skipping the non-wanted attribute values, and thus keeping the data object lightweight. I will show this end-to-end implementation in some time, but I hope now you understand the limitation of standard converter and populator concept, and in which scenario configurable populator can be useful. I hope it is clear to you. But to start with, I will show you a small glimpse of this concept in a demo. So let's start this video with a demo of the configurable populator. as you can see guys, this is the custom page basically I have created, where you have the flexibility to add the product code. And if you do not select any of the options, the configurable populator do not come into the picture, and only the base product data is populated using the standard converter and populator mechanism. As you can see, when I enter the product code, right, and when I click on the fetch details, right, then you will see that it is populating then you will see that it is populating only the base product data, right? However, if you select the stock option also, for example, I am selecting the stock option as well, right, along with the price option. For example, I am now selecting the price option also, right, then the base product data, right, is populated of course using the standard converter and populator mechanism, and the price and stock data, right, is populated using the configurable populator concept. I have created separate populators for price data and stock data, as I explained you already, right? And as you can see, when I click on the fetch details buttons, now you can see, right, it is basically now populating the price data as well, right, and it is populating the stock data as well, along with the base product data. And this base product data, as I explained, this is getting populated using the standard converter populator mechanism, and this price data and stock level data or stock data, this is getting populated using the configurable populator. When we will create the configurable populator, then I will show this end-to-end demo as well with the debug mode activated. So what does this shows? This shows that the populators for the base product data will always be called, right? And you cannot skip it because it is configured inside a converter. And the populators for the price, stock, and review data populations are only called on a need base and when required. Otherwise, you can skip as well. So I hope now you got a superficial understanding of what these configurable populators are and in which situation these are used. I can say that configurable populators are basically called on optional basis if you really need to present that data. Otherwise, if you do not need that data, you can skip calling the populator also, thus keeping your data object lightweight and hence helping in improving the performance of your API call. So you should use the populators in the standard converter mechanism to populate the base data, for example, code name, summary, and image, etc. But for populating the optional data, for example, price, stock, and review data, you should use the configurable populator concept, which can really help in improving the performance of your application, especially when optional population logic is expensive. And please don't worry about how to create such a storefront page and how to create the configurable populators. Technically, I will explain the end-to-end implementation flow in this video, but at least I hope now you have the theoretical understanding of the configurable populator and its usage. And please be aware that I have already created a detailed video on the standard converter and populator mechanism. If you have not watched that video yet, you can watch the video by clicking on the link given in the comment section as well. Now let's start understanding this topic using a business requirement. Requirement is that create a CMS page allowing the user to fetch the product details based on the product ID. If user doesn't select any of the optional data like price, stock, and review, right, then fetch the basic details of the product like code, name, and summary, right, of the product in the tabular form, right. Only if the user selects the particular option, for example price, right, then populate the additional price data along with the base product data. I hope the requirement is now clear to you. Now let's look at the technical implementation approach, how to achieve this requirement. We will populate the base product details using the standard converter populator mechanism, and these option data like price, stock, and review, right, that we will be populating using the configurable populator mechanism, which will call the corresponding populator only when it is requested from the front end. Let us start with creating the Hybris Tube product data object by declaring it as a bean class in the training facades beans.xml. So how I will declare this as a bean? I will do something like this. So you can see here I have declared Hybris Tube product data as a bean, which has these properties. For example, the first property with the name as code, right, and it is of type string. Similarly, there are other properties as well. For example, right, we have the name, summary, price, currency, ISO, stock level, stock status, average rating, and review count. Why I need this data object? Because basically the facade layer will be basically passing this data object to the controller layer so that we can show these values right on the front end, right? That's why I need this data object, right? So to generate the corresponding right Java class, what I have to do, I have to go to the platform folder. As you can see, I am going into the platform folder. Over here I will open the command line, and then basically I will just build the project, and then corresponding Java class will get generated automatically. So you can see, firstly I am firing the command set ant environment dot pat, right? And then I will be firing the command end all. So you can see now I am firing the command end all. This will take some time, and post the successful completion of this command, then you will see that the corresponding data Java class would have also been created. Let's wait for this build to get completed. Now you can see all command is successful, and you can see the Hybris Tube product data Java class has been created. Let's start with creating another Pojo class which you will be using in the controller class and will be binding with front end object as well. This is how this Pojo class will look like, and in some time I will show you how I will be using this Pojo class. As you can see guys, this Pojo class is created within the training storefront extension, right within the web folder and within src folder, right here in de.hybris.training.storefront package. Right here I have the forms folder, and within that we have this Hybris Tube product options. So guys, I hope now the end-to-end flow for creating the configurable populator is clear to you. Now you know what is configurable populator, how it is different from the standard populators listed in a converter, and how it helps in calling the listed populators on a selective basis as per the request, and skipping the remaining populators which are not needed, thus keeping the data object lightweight and hence helping in improving the overall application performance. Guys, I hope this video is quite useful for you and you learned a new concept which is nowhere explained properly on the whole internet. If you like this video, please share this channel with your friends. Thank you for watching. Bye.